Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to another episode of Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. Today we're going to be talking about what to do when it feels like God abandoned you. If you've ever in your life felt like you were abandoned by your higher power when you needed that higher power the most, then this episode is just for you. But before we get started on today's topic, do you find yourself stressed out by little things in life? Are you always focusing on the wrong thing or feel like you're always attracting negative thoughts? Then let me introduce you to a new audiobook, the CBT Workbook for Adults. This workbook was written by Tara Wilson, and CBT is cognitive behavior therapy. Tara is a professional life coach and a businesswoman, and she has spent over 10 years as a teacher. And she talks to you in this workbook about how CBT can help you shift those negative thoughts so that you can conquer emotional problems like anger, anxiety, depression, panic. It can help you to overcome ADHD, PTSD, and OCD. It can also help you to heal from substance abuse and social phobias. The basic concept behind cognitive behavioral therapy is that your thoughts influence your feelings, which in turn impacts your behavior, your actions, and your habits. So if you're stuck in negative thoughts, CBT can help you become aware of how these thoughts are affecting your life. Once you're aware of your thought patterns, you can take action to break them and to change the way you think. This workbook is really helping people get back on the right track to a better and healthier mindset, because we know that how you think and how you feel affects your physical health as well. So if you suffer from any of those kinds of things, ADHD, anger, OCD, eating disorders, substance abuse, phobias, traumas, self-harm, any of those things CBT can help with. I love that there's also an audiobook version, and Tara is really easy to listen to. But don't take my word for it. Here's some of what customers have said about this book. This book is an excellent resource for a lot of mental health issues. If you have health issues like depression, anxiety, anger, self-harm, panic attacks, this is the book for you. Work your way through your issues. The first step to improvement is realizing you have a problem. I believe using this workbook paired with therapy can produce amazing results in your life. You've heard me say it here all of the time that our thoughts impact everything. So if you're stuck in negative cycles, then this book would be perfect for you. So go and check out the CBT Workbook for Adults. Again, it's written by Tara Wilson. There will be a link to the book in the show notes. All right, so we've all been there. We've all felt like we've been abandoned at some point in our life. Even though you may be really spiritual, there's probably been some point in your life where you felt like when you needed the universe the most, there were crickets and you heard nothing and you weren't getting the help that you needed and you don't understand why. And I'm going to talk about this today because in my personal opinion, I think every single person has experienced this at some point in your life. And the reason is because we're meant to. And you may think to yourself, what? What is she talking about? Why in the world should we be abandoned? Let me explain what I'm talking about. Part of the reason I feel like sometimes it seems like the universe has abandoned us is because when we go through tests in life, is the teacher standing over your shoulder giving you the answers? No. The teacher is there leading up to the test. The teacher is there to prepare you for the test. And when the test comes, usually the teacher is just standing there, looking at you, waiting expectantly for you to answer the questions, not giving you the answers. So part of why the universe, and I don't think the universe abandons us, let's get that clear, but I think sometimes the universe steps back to allow us to come up with the answers. The universe is always guiding us. And so when the time comes for the test, we have been prepared. But do we know the answers? that's where the test part comes in. Are we going to do what we've been guided to do all along? Or are we going to panic, allow fear to come in, and make a big mess of things? To me, that's my own personal opinion, and you can take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. But I believe that sometimes we have to trust, and so the universe will step back to see how much we trusted and how much we have faith that we really are stronger than we think. We really do have everything we need to get through it. I am being tested a lot in my life right now. I'll be super honest with you. And there have been moments when I'm thinking, I'm doing all of the right things. Why is this not working out the way that I want it to? It's not about us getting exactly what we want. It's about us learning how we get from point A to point B, how we do things better in our lives because we're learning and we're growing. Take the situation with my mom, who's going through a lot right now with cancer. So everything has said that she should have been better by now. And then they just did a new scan last week, and now there's a spot in her lung with the cancer. And they're telling her that she's going to be on chemo for the rest of her life. And she can choose to do chemo, or she can choose to stop taking it and just enjoy what other quality of life she has left. Now, I don't know about you, but when I heard that, I was super mad. I was so angry. I was like, what? This is not acceptable. This is not an acceptable response. I do not accept this. So my family and I have been furiously digging through books and reading things, and we've gotten her on several all-natural remedies. She's on several things right now, but she's also decided to do the chemo in conjunction with that. And we're just really still having faith that this is all going to work out, and it's going to work out the way it's supposed to, and everything is going to be okay. As hard as it is to sit here and tell you that everything's going to be okay, I know that it is. And I know I have to have faith, and I know I have to keep going. But I'll be really honest with you. There have been a couple of points along this journey where I've thought, what the heck? I thought this was supposed to be easier than this. It was supposed to go away when she had the surgery. It was supposed to go away when she had chemo. It was supposed to go away when she had radiation. It wasn't supposed to come back. But from everything that I'm learning, and I'm learning so much more than I ever thought possible about cancer, the chemo and the radiation just keeps it at bay. It'll get rid of it, but it may come back because it's not treating what's actually causing the cancer. It's just treating the symptom, which is the cancer. So we're going back and really breaking this down, and we're going after what's causing it, not just killing the cancer. So this is a journey, it's a process, and through all of this, it's been an emotional roller coaster. My mom has been angry, she's been scared, she's been sad, she's been everything. And it's understandable. And I know that there have been moments for her where she felt like she has been abandoned, she has been forsaken. And then she comes right back, no, I know I haven't been. And we talk this through together, this is a test. This is a test. How are we going to get through this? What are we going to do? And believe me, when I say test, I don't mean punishment. That's not a punishment. Punishment and test are not the same thing. You're not being punished. I know it feels like you're being punished. You're not. Believe me, when I was in college and I was taking some of my exams, it felt like I was being punished too. But it's not. It's a test that you have to get through. We signed up to do these things, and I know there are people out there going, there's no way I would have signed up for this. Believe me, I get it. And I look at my life, I think to myself, why would I have signed up for any of this? We do, because we want to experience everything in life. We want to learn and grow, and that's why we come here, to evolve. So if you've gone through a lot of heavy challenges in your life, it's because you wanted to learn quickly. Your spirit wanted to grow in a quick way. You can't grow fast if your life is just gravy every single day. It just doesn't work that way. In order to learn and to grow, you have to be challenged. And that's what life is. It's challenges. But I keep saying this, and I'll keep saying it over and over again. Challenges are inevitable, but suffering is optional. If you sit and focus on all of the ways that things are going to go wrong, or they're going to fail, or you're not doing the right thing, you're going to suffer. You're torturing yourself. Instead, shift the perspective a little bit. And that's something I've had to do with my mom. I had to shift my perspective. Instead of seeing all the ways things haven't worked out so far, I'm now looking at all of the ways things are working out now, and how they're going to work out in the future, and how it is going to be okay, and everything is going to be all right. And I keep that. If you're struggling right now and you feel like you're being abandoned, but remember that this is just the universe stepping back, allowing you to figure things out, because you came here to learn. And you can't learn if you have somebody constantly standing over you, giving you the answers. This is a call for you to go within, to get to know your true higher self, and to reinvent your life. When tragedy happens in your life, this is a call for you to take a look at what's going on, to take stock, to take inventory of your life, because something's probably needing to be changed. And that at least has been the case for me. In every situation where I looked around when tragedy struck and I was like, what's going on? Why is this happening? There was always a reason. It was happening for me to really look at my life, to go within and to say, am I living as authentically as I should be? Am I doing everything that I should be doing in order to live a life that feels authentic to me? And in many instances, I wasn't. Whether I was in a career or a job that I hated, or I was in a relationship that was toxic and abusive, or just living a life that didn't feel fulfilling to me. There's always a reason things happen. It's to shake you up, to wake you up. And it doesn't feel good at the time when it's happening, trust me. But sometimes things happen so that we can take a look and take stock and say, okay, for me, a lot of times it's been, am I doing too much? Am I giving too much of myself to others when I'm not getting it back in return? And do I need to be taking better care of myself? A lot of times when we face illness in our lives, it's because we didn't take care of our emotional and spiritual being, and we didn't do the self-care that we were supposed to be doing. We put everyone else's needs above our own, and we were doing too much. And so our bodies reacted to that. Our bodies will absolutely get sick to let us know, hey, something's not right. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something physical. If emotionally you're not dealing with things, if you are not doing your self-care and resting, your body will let you know. Your body will tell you, hey, slow down. Hey, take a break. Hey, stop giving to everyone and everything instead of giving to yourself. Our bodies are a great thermometer for what is happening with us emotionally and spiritually. So sometimes when the universe steps back and those things happen, it's because the universe wants us to go within and to connect to ourselves again and to figure out what's going to make me better, how can my life be better than it is right now? I'm not happy with X, Y, or Z. How can I change that? But a lot of people don't do anything. Not making a decision is still a decision. Inaction is still action. You're acting on nothing. And what you're doing is you're choosing to stay stuck. You're choosing to stay in a situation that makes you unhappy. You're choosing to be miserable. And your body is going to react. For some people, they get physically sick. For others, when you hold on to stress in your body holds on to the stress hormones. One of them is cortisol, and that makes you hold on to excess weight. So being stressed out, living an unhappy life, causes so many things to happen in your body. So if you're going through something right now and you're like, well, I want to lose weight. Why can't I lose weight? Oh, I want to feel better, but I just can't feel better. That's your body telling you something's not right in your life. There's something happening that's not making you happy, and you have to deal with it. Many people choose to ignore what they're not happy with, to just go on with their lives like everything's all peachy and fine. But your body, you can't ignore or hide or run from your body. Your body has a physical reaction to whatever you're dealing with emotionally. It's all connected. So sometimes when we are challenged, the universe is trying to tell you, slow down, go within, what's happening to you. And your body is a good indicator of what's happening. If you're stressed out, maybe you put on some weight because you're holding on to those stress hormones. Maybe you're not sleeping at night. Your body will let you know that. The interrupted sleep pattern, that is definitely a sign of needing to slow down, needing to fix things, and needing to deal with things. Because sometimes we just push our emotions down like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that. That's ugly. That's messy. It's not fun to look at. I get it. It isn't fun. But it's necessary. You cannot ignore your problems forever. They're going to catch up to you. They always do. You can run, but you cannot outrun all of the stuff going on. And part of the universe stepping back, and if you feel like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I'm not getting any guidance. My life is just upside down. That is the universe's way of getting your attention. It's like a knock on the door that says, hey, go within. Get your life together. Get stuff in order. And it happens to me if I've abandoned all of the stuff I know I need to do, like meditating, saying affirmations. Of course we all do that. Life gets busy. We try, or maybe we're just going through the motions. Maybe we're doing it, but it's not really helping us because we're like half paying attention. I posted something the other day about, does anybody else have ADD when they try to pray and you're thinking about all kinds of other things? And I mentioned that in my book too. When you're trying to meditate and your mind just goes everywhere. When that happens, be more intentional about trying to put everything else aside and focus on you. Put the focus back on you. I always say that when things are going wrong in your life, it's because you need to put the focus back on yourself. Oftentimes, we've given out our power to everyone else. It's time to take it back. If life were easy all of the time, you would never grow, and there would never be any adventure in life. You've got to step outside your comfort zone. The challenges in life are what push you, and they inspire you to break out and try new things. You will never know what could have been if you just sit there safe in that comfort zone, bored to tears. Life is not about being safe all of the time. Life is about stepping outside of what's familiar so that we can be challenged. The strongest people in life have had the most challenges, and they've been able to pick themselves up and keep going. Why? Because they didn't back down from the test. I'm sure they felt in times that maybe they have been abandoned. But they knew that they had to go to the one place they could always return, which was within, to their higher selves. Because your higher self always has the answers. Your higher self holds the key. Your higher self holds the answer key. But we go to everyone and everything else to try to find the answers. And they've been within you the whole time. And those of you sitting out there going, I don't know the answers, I don't have them. Yes, you do. You have to get to the point where you can sit still long enough, go within long enough, sit with yourself long enough to gain the answers. And the one problem that many of us have is we don't want to be alone. We don't want to sit by ourselves because we are afraid of what we will find out. Sitting with ourselves, sitting alone, many people feel like all these thoughts come that they can't control. You can control the thoughts. And you can shift them so that instead of torturing you, those thoughts can actually help you. They can guide you. You can get messages through your higher self when you sit in stillness and you just sit and ask, what do I do next? Show me the right path, and just sit and listen for what comes. But most people don't sit still long enough to hear what comes out. If you have been brought to a painful situation, it's for a reason. It's not here to hurt you. It's here to teach you. And we have to get very curious about what messages we're being given, what we were supposed to learn. Know that the universe never really abandons us. The universe just gets quiet sometimes, and that's only to allow us to learn and to grow. You can still feel the universe's love around you. And some people will say it's not okay to question God or the universe. I don't believe that's true. I mean, if you look at the parent-child dynamic, do your children not question your parenting sometimes? Of course they do. And as a parent, don't you always want to protect and support your child? Of course you do. Do you step away sometimes and let them try to figure things out on their own? Yes, of course you do. It's the same thing. You haven't been abandoned. The universe is still around you. The universe is just asking you to go within right now, to seek the answers. They're already there, and you already have them. It's about tapping in, getting quiet, and listening for what comes. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to thank you so much. I pulled a card for you today from my Divine Whispers deck, but before I read the card to you, I want to remind you that if you like this podcast and you want to hear it 5 days a week, you can join me over on Patreon. The link is in the show notes. There are 2 tiers. The $5 tier allows you to listen to 2 extra episodes a week. Plus, I also have video of the interviews that I do. So I also post those videos on Patreon for all the members. And the all-inclusive tier also gets you a reading and guided meditations that I do for just those members every week. So check that out. I would love to have you over there. Also, if you want to work with me, you can go to my website, melissaoatman.com. I'm offering one-on-one coaching, Reiki, readings, and past life regression. All right, guys. The card I pulled for you today is Releasing Pain. The universe is asking you to release some emotional pain in your life right now. You are holding on to something down deep. This pain is showing up in your life in other ways. You may be experiencing physical pain, or you may be feeling emotional symptoms such as depression or anxiety. This is also affecting your other relationships. It's time to acknowledge the pain, forgive what caused it, and let it go. You are a beautiful soul, and the universe does not want you to struggle. You can't live your best life if you are holding on to feelings of hurt, pain, resentment, or more. Let it go, my beloved, knowing that there is a purpose in every pain, but what comes after the pain is beautiful. There is a healing prayer here to Archangel Raphael. I'm going to read it. You can pray along with or just listen. Dear Archangel Raphael, I am struggling right now to release pain from my life. Please fill me from head to toe with your incredible healing energy. As your energy moves through my body, may it remove any and all emotional pain that I may be holding on to. May that pain be replaced with peace. Amen. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I am hoping that you're having a beautiful day from wherever you're listening, and I am sending you so much love and light. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.